Shalom. First and foremost, giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakach Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of the great millstone who still rule and teach well. Peace, blessings, and safety to the Lord's elect scattered throughout the four corners of the planet Earth. Pushing this word in humility and sincerity. And you know how you will watch a video and then YouTube will automatically play another video, based on the things that you already watch. Sometimes they'll play another brother video, and then sometimes they just play something random. And in this case, this video here, it says members of the Uruhu African Socialist Party speak after the FBI raided their home Friday morning. And this was July 29th, 2020. And what's been happening lately is that the FBI has been raiding a lot of people's homes, been raiding a lot of different businesses, because what Esau Edom is doing is he's conditioning the people. He's conditioning them to get used to what he's doing, because I saw one where he raided a drugstore. He raided a drugstore. Then you had the Alex Jones situation where Alex Jones was sued for the things that he said, the quote unquote conspiracy theories that he was spreading. He was sued for like $44 million. Okay. And then they got, they're raiding different African socialist parties. These people are not a threat to Esau Edom. What the reason why they're raiding them is because eventually they have to get to the prophets. The real target of the government, if that's what you want to, label them, the government, the elites. Really, we're talking about the elites. We're talking about the people behind the scenes that make things go, the people that control the money, the people that control countries. Henry Kissinger said, if you control oil, you control countries. You control food, you control the people. Those people, their target is the prophet. Their target is not the African Socialist Party. But again, they have to do this so that they can be justified on coming to the prophets. Because the prophets are blameless. We don't promote violence. We don't own weapons. We don't train with weapons. We don't do any of those things. We hold Bibles and we read them. So there are people out here that are more carnal than us, that do, that have a mindset of being carnal and, starting their own militia and things like that. So they got to come at those people first, even though those people aren't the threat, even though those people aren't the problem. They come at them first so that they could be justified at coming at the Israelites. I'm going to play like a minute of this so you can hear what they said. Apparently, they was in the house 4 a.m. Now, the story sound fishy because, again, you got to know this devil, man. Everything you see, you can't believe. These people could be in on it, too. These people, the African Socialist Party, they could be in Esau's bag, too. Because they claim that their house is raided at 5. First, they said 5 in the morning, and they said that they was already up. She said, yeah, it was about 5 a.m. We was up talking like we normally do. So you normally up at 5 a.m. talking? Then the guy got up there and said at 4 a.m. So was it 4 a.m. or was it 5 a.m.? And why was you up at 4 a.m. and 5 a.m. talking? And they told them, if you had such and such address, to come out with your hands up. So, but again, this is all Esau, as is written 2 Corinthians 2:11, for we are not ignorant of Satan's devices, man. And you got these niggas thinking that they accomplished something because they begging for reparations. Like the elders were saying yesterday, the other nations, they don't beg for nothing. They go to war. They have an army. They go to war. You niggas marching while they going to war. You have been completely conquered and destroyed, man. Docile human beings. So, and then you had this guy, celebrating because they built the basketball court in the community. Talking about the government didn't build the basketball court. Russia didn't build the basketball court. Black people. Well, first of all, you're not black. Your skin is brown. I don't know how old this man is. He looks well over the age of 60. He should know that his skin is brown and not black. But they celebrating the fact that they built the basketball court in the community. What the fuck is a basketball court gonna do, man?
Select the politics that we run into in the country. And I just want to come here, Jesse, to go ahead and say, hooroo. Let me first say, this is not the first time. I've been in the black liberation struggle in St. Louis for more than 50 years. During the 60s, they raided starting on the east and west coast. It came all the way down to St. Louis without a warrant, guns drawn, with the taxpayer, with the tax money and the slavery that our ancestors and the disruption that they did to our country in Africa, bringing us over here. And then what we got, they did it with our money and our taxes that we were currently paying in St. Louis. And they did it today for no reason, because I know the Uhuru movement, the African People's Socialist Party, is not about the one thing. The African People's Socialist Party is about liberating our stolen resources for African people. That is not a crime, that's common sense.
Well, no, common sense is that we're not from Africa, man. And because we're from Jerusalem, we fled into Africa. We fled to the west coast of Africa around 70 AD. Okay? We fled the persecution of the Romans. Titus, Titus Vespasian, that army. We fled persecution and we fled into the mountains that is written in Luke 21 and 24. And we settled on the west coast of Africa, but we're not Africans. Okay? We're not Africans. As a matter of fact, the Africans, the real Africans, which are Hamites, they sold you to the Grecians. They rounded you up with the Arabs and they sold you. When the Africans come to America, they have no dealings with you so-called Negroes, man. Because they understand that we are not the same. Now, he spoke about liberation. Our people, they want liberation, but liberation comes through whom the world calls Jesus Christ. Yahweh Shai Mashiach. That's where liberty is going to come from. We have liberty in Yahweh Shai Mashiach. Now, Esau Edom, like this guy said, he's been doing this. I mean, he's been doing this since forever, man. Since the book of Genesis. All right, he said that he would seek to slay his brother Jacob because of the birthright and the blessing that Ya'iqwab, which the word Ya'iqwab is Jacob in Hebrew, and Ya'iqwab means supplanter. Why? Because Jacob supplanted Esau 2 times, one for the birthright, one for the blessing. So the kingdom of heaven, essentially, in the spirit, it was all set up in the spirit to always be this way, but the kingdom of heaven was snatched from Esau, was snatched from these so-called white people. It was never for them. But that's where that ancient hatred and that ancient rivalry stems from. Really, it goes all the way back to the garden with Cain and Abel. This is Psalm chapter 10 and verse 7. His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. That's talking about the wicked, the Edomites, which today, the majority of the so-called white people, starting with the top international bankers, the wicked elite. It says, his mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages. In secret places doth he murder the innocent. His eyes are privily set against the poor. Right? So his eyes are privily set against the poor. And the main poor that his eyes are set against, again, is the prophets. These poor people, these poor Israelites, his eyes are against them now, but that's just for his propaganda. That's just for his propaganda. That's just so he can sit back and say, see, we went at everybody. We came at everybody. We rounded up everybody. not just you, but he is going to come up against the men of the Lord. But the day that he does, that's pretty much the day that his kingdom is over. You know, it's pretty much going to be a wrap for him at that point when he comes for the men of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. But he's going to do it because his deceit, that fraud, that's all being quenched by the truth. Okay? That's all being quenched by the truth. So when you can't deceive people no more, you have to get physical. That's all that's left. He has two blessings, power of deception and the power of the sword. You know? Isaiah 54. Let me see like it. Isaiah 59, verse 19, it says, so shall they fear the name of the Lord. So shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west, the Western Hemisphere, where we are now. We weren't always in the Western Hemisphere, but we're here now. Like it. Trying to get this kind of straight for it. So shall they fear the name of Yahweh from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun, which is in the east. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, like he said, well, you didn't hear it in the video, but they said they came with the battering rams. They said they had the flash bangs. They said that they were calling out on the microphone, you know, you're at such and such address, come out with your hands up. They came in with AK-47s, assault rifles pointed at them. That's when the enemy, Esau, Edom, martial law troops, the UN troops, they're going to come in like a flood, all right, for those men that are teaching the truth, man, certain of us. It says, Isaiah 59:19, so shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west. And this is why he's coming at us, because we fear the name of the Lord, all right, all the way in the Western Hemisphere, thousands of miles from our homeland, indicating that the nation of Israel is rising pursuant to Ezekiel, the 37th chapter, indicating that he have but a short time pursuant to Revelation 12:12. Matter of fact, let me read that. Because that's the reason why he has to come down. Revelation 12:12, it says, therefore rejoice ye heavens and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time. So that's the reason why he got to come down, and he has to come at us, because he doesn't have a lot of time, because we're waking up. When the Israelites began to call on the name Yahweh Shem Yahushua in the land of Egypt, what did the Lord do for them? He delivered them by the hand of Moses. It said that we shall stand upon our feet, an exceeding great army, and great fear fell upon them which saw them. Why is the fear? What's the fear coming from? The fear is coming from, oh shit, the Messiah is on his way. He must be close, because his people are waking up to the fact that we stripped them of their heritage, to the fact that they're not black, because that's the color of a crayon, and their skin is brown, to the fact that they're not Hispanic or Mexican, but they're actually the Israelites. They're waking up to that. We gotta move. We gotta move fast. We gotta get these guys off the street. We gotta try to exterminate these people. We gotta try to put that thing in their right hand or in their forehead to make them ineligible for salvation. Isaiah 59:19, so shall they fear the name of Yahweh Shem Yahushua from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua shall lift up a standard against him. So this man's going to come, he's going to come like a flood. And you can't stop a flood. Flood comes in and it invades your privacy. It invades your personal space. A flood is something that invades what you don't want it to invade. Because a river is cool. A river, nothing wrong with a river. It's when the river overflows and floods. Now it's coming into your home. Now it's getting into your basement. Now it's causing damage unto you, stress and tribulation unto you. A flood, usually when people call something a flood, is because it's either invading their path where they're trying to go, or it's invading their home. And that's what this man's going to do. He's going to block off the cities. He's going to invade your paths. You won't be able to go to and fro in the city. You won't be able to go to a brother's house or mommy house or Pookie house and get food. And if you do, you're going to get stopped at certain checkpoints. They might detain you. They might take you in, because that's what a flood do. That's what a flood does. It blocks your pathways and ways that you travel through, and it enters into your home. It invades. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 17. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. So that's what's coming. Whether you like it, understand it, believe it or not. And time is running out for you unbelievers, man. For you niggas that just want to, you want to play games in this Babylonian society. You want to call the Bible a contradiction, and you just want to scoff. And you don't want to deal with facts. It's all about what you think in your mind and how you create your own reality. But you ain't creating nothing, though. The reality that you live in is formed by these scriptures, man. And this man is going to come down. But the real target is the prophets. I got one more scripture so I don't get off topic and make this long. So the real target is the prophets. He don't care about these people, man. These Black Liberation Socialist Party people, they're not the threat. They speak Esau language. They talking about political, bullshit. That's what Esau want. Esau wants you to believe and trust in his system, even if they don't think that they trust in the system, but deep down they do. Because if they didn't trust in the system, they'd be trusting in Yahweh Shemel Shah. The fact that they talking about fighting for our freedom and fighting for our liberty, and fighting for reparations. Why the fuck would he give you reparations when he the same person that took everything from you? How the person that took everything from you gonna give you reparations, man? Which the word reparations, according to the true definition of the word reparations, they can never give you reparations. Because the word reparations means to restore to the first estate. They'll never put you back in your homeland. They'll never put you back in your garments. They'll never give you back all your gold. They can't bring back the blood that was shed. So you can't get reparations. And the reparations that you want is a dollar bill with a white man face on it, man. So you don't know what the fuck is going on. So these people are not the targets, man. The targets are the people that know what the fuck is going on. The people that actually is chanting down the destruction of Babylon. Our words are bringing this kingdom down, because our words are the words of Yahweh Shemel Shah. The Lord said that he that is of the Most High speaketh the words of the Most High. The Lord said, for it is not you that speak, but the Holy Spirit that speaketh in you, the Holy Father that speaketh in you. Our words is what's bringing this man kingdom down. So therefore, we're the real threat to the NWO. We're telling people not to take the very thing that's going to bind the NWO together, which is the Revelation 13:16. We're telling them not to take it, and that's the main thing that people need to take in order for this new system to work. So Revelation 12:17, and the dragon was wroth with the woman. So this man, he's angry with us. He's pissed off. Starting with the Rockefellers, the Rothschilds, those top international bankers at the top, man. They when they communicate with Satan, they piss the fuck off. When they when they're at the dinner table, I can imagine them, there'd be times where they just throwing China, smacking their wives, smacking their servants, because they see that they're king. They see the apostles out there. They see the camps multiplying. They see men teaching the truth, the true breakdowns. Plus, they have all the carnal evidence. See, they know who's who. They have our lineages. They have our records. They know, damn, that's the descendant of Elijah, or I mean, not Elijah Sluggy, but that's this such and such lineage, or he's one of the sons of so and so, or he's one of the sons of Aaron. They know who's who. It says, in the dragon was walked with the make war with the remnant of her seed. So who are those the remnant of the woman's seed? The woman is referring to, let's break this down. The dragon is talking about this man Esau Edom, okay, in the military of his system. It says, was wroth with the woman is Israel. Jeremiah 6:1, I have likened Israel unto a comely and delicate woman, and went to make war with the remnant of her seed, which keep the commandments of God and have the testimony of Yahweh Shah Mashiach. That's the prophets. Okay, we have the testimony of Yahweh Shah Mashiach, which when we go to the word testimony, it should say martyr. Okay, martyr, which means one who proves his faith for Yahweh Shah by undergoing a violent death. That's a martyr. Or the word testimony also goes back to the word testes, which is where you get the word testicles from. Because you got to have balls to be able to teach this truth. You can't be a bitch. Why? Because what I'm speaking on right now, this man, he going to come for us. He's going to roll on us, man. Because he knows that he had but a short time. But as we read, when the enemy shall come in like a flood, let's go back to that so we can finish breaking that down. Isaiah 59. And 19, it says, so shall they fear the name of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua shall lift up a standard against him. And that word standard pretty much equates to spiritual power, a way to escape, all right, a vanishing, all right, a way out, whether it be the Lord giving a man invincible strength, whether the Lord blessing a man with invisibility, whether the Lord delivering us by angels. The Lord's gonna lift up a standard. He said, touch not mine anointed and do my holy prophets no harm. That's what the Lord said. So the day that this man come for us, that's his ass, man. That's his ass. But he gonna do it anyway, because the scriptures say they were afraid and yet durst fight. You know? Anyway, that's all I want to say. Lord, when it's edifying, come here, shalom.